This video is sponsored by Gate.io. If you set an account up using the link in the description, you'll get 25% back on all your spot and futures fees for life. Gate.io. Good morning, everybody. Let's have a look at these markets then, shall we? A little bit of a pullback happening as we speak across all boards. We've got the symmetry that we like in the market, really. So euro pulling back ever so slightly, front run from this area, this top of this Bollinger Band. You know, these previous wicks. Wouldn't be massively concerned about this, but for the moment we are seeing the pullback. So if we take it to the 4 hourly, we do have drives of bearish divergence, but we weren't at a massive height like we were on the money flow index over here at 95. So if we do get a pullback, it should get bought back up. Either here at the 10 exponential or back at the Bollinger Band center as we did before. So not really a big problem. Again, you know, even if we do come down further, there's a golden cross that's formed on the 4 hourly here. We retested the 50. Excuse me. We could also retest the 200. So all of these areas are areas to be bought, dipped, bought, BTFD type vibes. S&P futures, that would be. So obviously not even a pre-market. Again, seeing a pullback, symmetry in markets. Where did we reach over here? 85, no big deal. Not quite yet pulled back to any moving average of significance. Golden cross on the 4 hourly as well. So overall, these all look like uptrends continuing. So despite seeing some red in the markets as you're waking up this morning and flapping around about it, it's still not a problem, to be honest. It's not a problem at all. Still rising channel. Again, you know, we'll be looking for this to break down at some point, but not yet. Not quite yet. So yeah, just another buy the dip opportunity. If we do fall below 4,000, it is a dip to be bought on the S&P. Bears not quite so happy about all of this. Gold, same thing. Having a bit of a pullback. Oh my God, the world is about to end. We're like 0.727% down on the day. Don't worry. What we see here is effectively almost a bull flag, really. Bullish pennant, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it an uptrend, and we're surfing the rim of the 10 exponential. Looks like we're above the 10 exponential across all boards, really, aren't we? Either coming to test it or on it at the moment. And so, speaking of 10 exponentials, what's Bitcoin doing? Ah, of course, your 10 exponential, sir. Yes, there you go. So the first opportunity to buy a dip, or the first opportunity for a bounce and continuation, is right here at this 10 exponential. Sitting at 27,500. Fair enough. Let's check the 4 hourly. The 4 hourly currently sitting above, and again, these are different. So that's the equivalent of 10 exponential on a daily. The 4 hourly has got its 50 exponential where we're above right now, so 27,700. That would be a better place to see a bounce, and even better still would be above this Bollinger Band, which is just ever so slightly above where we are right now on the 4 hourly. So really, we do want to see closures, you know, above and beyond 27,900. We want to see that. But a normal consolidation is fine. We can extend this area over here, which is part of the descending triangle or symmetrical triangle, whichever you want to view it as. And we could even see something come back down to those levels, you know, over the next few days, over the weekend. And actually, that'd still be quite good because it'd be a retest of a significant support which held previously, but this time doesn't have a resistance above it. So it'd be quite good to see that over the next few days. Not today. I wouldn't want to see that come down to there today. And even if that fails, 25,000, what is it, 25,600 is where the 200 exponential is right now. And that would be a retest of the golden cross on the 4 hourly. So I know what it seems like when people wake up and go, ah, no, 3.5% down on one. Oh my God. It's actually not a problem because you just look at the state of the trend and the trend is still up. So the trend will come to an end at some point. We've been looking for this, you know, waiting for this at some point. And the best way, you know, if we're looking for, you know, more rallies on this to continue would be to see it on the weekly. So the weekly gives a better overview. Hopefully will calm the people down a little bit, you know, because if you look at the 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart, 15 minute chart, hourly, 4 hourly, whatever, you will, your anxieties might get, you know, they might you might see some raised anxiety levels. That's all I'm saying. You take to a weekly. Yeah, we've got a Bollinger Band tag right now, which is okay. That's fine. We've got a spinning top as it stands. Again, this is only Friday. This will close Sunday night into Monday morning. So we don't know where we'll be from now. Right now, we've got resistance. We've got support. And we're right in the middle of that. And that is the spinning top for you. However, if we look at trend and momentum, everything is still pointing to the up. The last major dip that we had was this Bollinger Band Center, where we basically from there had a significant rally. It wasn't perfect, but it was decent. From the bottom to the top, 46% gain. That's pretty good for Bitcoin. They're the sort of gains that we like to see. That are absolutely 100% possible for Bitcoin, especially at these lower levels. And then when you think about that, okay, that was just that latter stage there of the rally. If we measure it from here, it was an 85% gain so far from the absolute floor. Okay, fair enough. Well, we've measured all these sort of things before from the bottom to the top around here. We're not looking massively extended here on the weekly, so I would expect to see new highs on Bitcoin. That doesn't mean that we're not going to come down to some, retest some lows before, not absolute lows, but form like a dip buying opportunity on this weekly potentially over the next week or two before we move back up into the lower 30s. So whether it's that first area, that horizontal moving average, or it would be the monthly Bollinger Band Center, which is sitting currently around 33,200. All of these areas perfectly acceptable areas to move into. So I'm not particularly concerned about how this is going on a weekly, but yeah, daily there's an opportunity right now for those of you who are like super keen to get in at this reasonably high level. But again, it's not that high if you extend these other targets. But for immediate continuation, I would be hesitant to think that this is the place for it. I'd be more looking for these areas down here, maybe a double bottom around here. This time round, unlike before, where it was basically a retest on the lower term time frames on a horizontal. This time it's backed up by a 21 exponential, a 20 simple. So if we do come down to maybe triple bottom around here, we're talking 26,600. That should be a much greater support than here. But remember, we started this by looking at symmetry in markets, didn't we? Everybody's doing the same thing. They're all doing the same thing. There's your euro coming down a little bit below the 10 exponential, so maybe it is down to the 108.6, which is the Bollinger Band on the 4 hourly. Maybe that is where we come down to. And on the daily, maybe it actually does retest its 10 exponential 108.1. So all of these are perfectly acceptable areas to see get pulled back into for then continuation up. So, nothing goes up only. I know Captain Noobmaster likes to believe that would be the case. There are periods where some things do go up only for like this one did. Bitcoin went up only for about a week or so, didn't it? But for the most part, things don't really do that. So you do get opportunities to buy dips. You get opportunities to long. You get opportunities for all kinds of things. But for the moment, yeah, a little bit of a pullback is no problem at all. Before we move up into the lower 30s, between 31,500 to about 33,000, whatever, Bollinger Band, monthly Bollinger Band. Now recognize that we are approaching the last day of the month into a new month. And so that Bollinger Band Center will be a little lower when we open tomorrow. And so we'll probably say that we could think about targeting areas between 31 and 32, really. So, anywhere from the upper 32. So I suppose 31 to 33. They're the areas that I think this rally will find a significant top. But even when we get there, we have to reassess the situation based on money flow index on the weekly. And if you compare this to how we've seen it in the past, there's your 2018 top. There's your beginning of the bull market 2019 top. And here is effectively the money flow top of 2021 before the alt season, where we got that giant rotation from Bitcoin into altcoins. And at the moment, we're neither here nor there. So I'm okay for this rally to continue based on a weekly. On a daily, 4 hourly, potentially we see some more downside. But right now, if you're holding from lower levels, I wouldn't be concerned. And all the broader markets don't look too concerning. Just have another bit of a pullback. That's all. So yeah, nothing as far as I can see, nothing to worry about. I think we're going to see some new highs in April across the board for everything, and then maybe in April we can think about where we're going to go from there. Whether we, exit the market, let's just say take some significant profit for what might be a more of a prolonged consolidation down to some previous lows, maybe into the mid to low 20s or something like that. But until we see where we are, where these tops begin to show, should I say, or there's clues of tops, until we see sort of signs of that on the higher term timeframes, I still think we're good to go for a little bit. One last thing I'll look at would be the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, which again is a bullish chart. So we've got the pump signal here on the itchy cloud. We've got the golden cross retest of this, and we're slowly and steadily moving up. We're above all major moving averages. So still think there's life in some altcoins yet. Might even be a rotation. Who knows? But for the moment, altcoins should still be getting ready actually to move. So we've done 2 weeks of waiting now, haven't we? 2 weeks of waiting for this alt season. Next week we should see something, and if we don't get it by the end of next week, and maybe I have to reassess my entire existence on this planet. But for the moment, I don't really see any real reasons to be massively doubtful that altcoins will play catch up at some point, and that rotation that we did can continue. We've done 20% at the moment. I'm happy to do another 20% if we go higher. Dominance chart currently is teetering below the 10 exponentials. So again, this is a bullish chart, but you'd look for retests of lower zones, and it seems like it does want to do it. It looks like it wants to do it, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, I still think that the rotation's on the cards. I think the alt season is still on the cards, but remember, it's only an alt season that should yield around about a 60 to 70% gain across the board for alts. Some more, some less, but overall, give or take, about 60% gain on altcoin versus their Bitcoin pairs. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice day, and take it easy.